You're watching the Alabama Weather Network.
It's Tuesday, the 16th of December. This is meteorologist James Spann. We have a short-term warming trend, a chance of rain before the week is over. And what about Christmas week? All the new data is in, so we'll look at it together. For those that are new here, this is a longer meteorological discussion. I've been doing these for years and years on social, and now they're posted both on social media and the Alabama Weather Network. This is for weather geeks that want to dive a little deeper into the weather. So this is the upper air look. This is the flow about 18,000 feet off the ground, the steering currents, if you will. And we have a northwest flow aloft and a very dry air mass in place. And nothing on radar close by. And it's cold again. Some of the colder pockets are back in the upper teens early this morning. For example, Gadsden at 18. Most spots are in the 20s. Gulf Shore is flirting with freezing early this morning before sunrise. They're in the middle 30s, around 36. We'll check the watch warning map around the nation. We have wind issues for parts of the northern and northwestern states. All the counties in brown up there, that's high wind watches or warnings. And again, we have flash flood watches for western Washington state and western Oregon. And in that region, there is actually a low-end marginal risk of severe storms today and tonight for parts of Oregon and southern Washington. Tomorrow, a chance of a few thunderstorms over parts of the northwest and also from Louisiana and East Texas up into the Midwest. And looky here, on day 3, which is Thursday, SPC has introduced a low-end marginal risk of severe storms over Tennessee and Kentucky with a front approaching. And that's a pretty low-end threat. There's hardly any surface-based instability. I mean, hardly any. And down this way, we just don't expect any severe weather issues. There could be a rumble of thunder on Thursday. But hey, we need some rain. So let's take a look at the rain for the next 7 days. This is valid through Tuesday morning of next week. And so we'll have rain here Thursday night. Another chance of showers, scattered showers Sunday, Monday. Rain amounts for the northern half of the state, 1/2 to 1 inch. Under 1/2 inch for the southern counties. So let's break it down day by day. Model fans, this is the European OZ run, 4 o'clock today. A little ridge beginning to build in here, so it should be a day with a pretty nice warm-up. Now, we're obviously below freezing to start today. The sky will be sunny with highs in the 50s in most spots today. About 10 degrees warmer than yesterday. We'll take that. So this is tomorrow. And we'll see highs in the 50s for North Alabama, 60s for the southern counties of the state. And moisture begins to increase. Let's look at the high-resolution HER model. This is valid tomorrow at noon. And you see a few little green splotches on the map there. There could be a few isolated showers maybe as we see that increase in moisture, but most of the day should be dry. But then, boom, here comes the rain on Thursday. We got a surface front approaching, moisture coming in from the south, so Thursday will be a cloudy day with occasional rain. It should be mild. High should be in the 60s. And again, there could be a rumble of thunder somewhere, but there's hardly any surface-based instability, so I just don't see a severe weather problem. And then on Friday, we have a colder air mass and a drier air mass. The sky will be sunny. Highs on Friday dropping into the 40s for the northern half of the state. 50s for South Alabama. So after those 60s on Thursday, temperatures come down about 10 to 15 degrees on Friday. What about the weekend? School's out. Christmas break begins. Saturday looking good. Saturday morning, we'll probably see a freeze for a lot of folks, especially for the northern two-thirds of the state. But a nice warm-up during the day. Highs should be in the 50s for North Alabama, 60s for the southern counties of the state. And then Sunday, moisture kind of works back in here, but there's not much in the way of dynamic support for rain. So we'll mention just a chance of scattered showers on Sunday, and the day should be mild. Highs in the 60s statewide. Somebody in South Alabama may be flirting with 70 on Sunday afternoon. And then the same thing on Monday. Clouds around, the chance of showers, not raining all day and not necessarily raining everywhere. And mild, highs mostly in the 60s. And a week from today, Tuesday, December 23rd, Christmas Eve. Got this big upper high over Texas and a big ridge expanding it to cover much of the contiguous United States. So we'll see highs mostly in the 60s. Again, maybe a few isolated showers, but with that big ridge, rain should be very light, very spotty. Let's keep going. This is Christmas, Thursday, December 25th. I know the label up there says Friday the 26th, but these maps I showed, these are in UTC, Greenwich Mean Time, Coordinated Universal Time. And local time would be Christmas, December 25th at 6 p.m. But you can see that big ridge all across the Gulf, an expansive ridge. And at this point, Christmas Day looks dry. Highs in the 60s for most of the state. Lows, Christmas morning, upper 40s. Low 50s, so cool in the morning, a very pleasant afternoon. And as we've said for weeks, it's not going to snow around here. That's always a safe bet. I think the climatological probability of snow on Christmas Day here is under 1%. We had it in 2010, but that's a once-in-a-lifetime type event at this latitude. Rain for the next 15 days. The mean, it's the green line on that chart. Little over 1 inch between now and December 31st. Temperatures off the NBM, National Blend of Models. 50s today and tomorrow, 60s on Thursday, but notice the one-day drop-off on Friday. We drop back in the upper 40s for the northern counties, 50s for South Alabama. A freeze for many spots on Saturday morning, but then we bounce right back. And you can see Christmas week, highs in the 60s, lows in the upper 40s for most locations. In the latest long-range guidance, with that ridge in place, temperatures will likely be above average over much of the contiguous United States. This is for December 23rd through December 29th. But it was a frigid day in Alabama yesterday. We had some of the isolated colder pockets down toward 10 degrees yesterday morning. Most of the official observation stations were in the teens for North Alabama, 20s all the way down to the Gulf Coast yesterday. But, man, you talk about a cobalt blue sky over the Alabama state capitol, good old corner of Dexter and Bainbridge yesterday. And, by the way, this was the Alabama Theater last night. We have reason to believe that Cousin Eddie showed up to maybe watch a movie or something there. But today, on this day, 25 years ago, a horrible, horrible tornado came through Tuscaloosa. This image is ingrained in so many lives that lived through this. This was on the front page of the Tuscaloosa News the next day. Michael E. Palmer, a Tuscaloosa News photographer, took this image, remarkable image, at the Bear Creek Trailer Park, right off Highway 69 just south of Tuscaloosa. Shows a man by the name of Michael Harris carrying out what seems to be the lifeless body of a young child. That's a 6-year-old girl. Her name was Whitney Crowder. And thanks to heroic actions by Mr. Harris, she survived. And 11 people were killed, including Whitney's baby brother and her father. The baby brother was Wesley. The father was Derek. And on the occasion of the 25th anniversary, yesterday, I spoke with both of them, Michael and Whitney. Michael lives in the Atlanta area now, and Whitney lives in Maryland. And Whitney is married to a military man. He's deployed, and she has a 6-year-old son. But this story is just incredible. And for the first time in 25 years, Michael, this amazing man, agreed to talk. He didn't want any attention. He just didn't want any attention at all. But he was willing to talk. And we put that together into a story that's going to be running on the Alabama Weather Network. We do a series of stories called Spanning Alabama, about people, places, and things in this state. And that will start running today. So hopefully if you get a chance to watch that, please do. Those are two amazing people to see lives from this 25 years ago to this today. So hope you get a chance to watch that. So today I'm going to be in Huntsville. I'll be speaking to the Huntsville Rotary Club at midday. I have good sources that tell me that my old friend Bob Barron, Huntsville weather legend, will be introducing me. So you get me and Bob together, it's going to be trouble. We're going to have a lot of fun. So Huntsville Rotary today. Tomorrow, last school visit of the year, Matthews Elementary in Northport. Wow, how this year has flown by. And then Thursday, I will be at Cropwell in St. Clair County near Pell City to speak to a senior adult group there. Don't forget you can catch me on ABC 3340 News this evening and every day on great radio stations around the state, including in Birmingham, Classic Rock 106.9. Thanks for watching. Have a terrific Tuesday, and God bless.